Hi, Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. Today I am going to do an emboss resist, and I learned this over on the online classes that I've been taking this week. And we all know how to emboss resist, but I never thought of doing it on pattern paper that had I'm using this one that has some flecks of gold in it. So I'm going to give this a try, and what I'm going to use here is I have this twirly background stamp with the dots, and I thought it would really contrast with the plaid. So we're going to use that, and I'm going to use some Stick It. This is wonderful adhesive if you are doing objects that you want to put on vellum, or if you want to put it on, you know, like die cuts like this here. I have it already cut out for time. But anyway, I'm going to use the Stick It, and so I'll keep that close by. And then I'm going to use my little bee set that's called Rose. Now this is an A2 folded card size, 5.5 by 4 1/4. And what I love about Little Bee, and I'm telling you, these are not expensive. They're $22.50 US, and that is very reasonable. I'm trying to see here in some of my collection, like I think 25. This is $25.50 for the monogram letters, but I'm just giving you a ballpark. They're not expensive, and especially when you consider the fact that you are getting not only the set. You open it up, and you don't have to pay for the magnet to put your dies on because it's already there, and it is heavy magnet. This is awesome. And then you always have extra space if you want to put something else on it. It tells you what you get in your set here, and it also has the magnets to close to hold it in, so you can store them really nicely. And the ones that I have here in this collection is the Rose. And then there's the storage binder cards. So you get 14 dies in here. Look at them. And it shows you exactly what you get, and it has the magnets already on there. Amazing, amazing set. And then Cutter Bee comes with the circle dotted die set, and the square with the square edge out. The dotted edge, well, it's not dots, it's square dots. Then, like I showed you, the monogram alphabet, and then they have their own envelope and card, and embossed card if you have to do so, and the inside. This one, $25.50, such a good deal. And then it has your sentiments, and then it has the stitched hearts, and then it has the polka dot with the cutout part in your, you can have it cut out or not cut out. And the same as this. This is the confetti circle dies, and the butterfly that's already in there with the kind of a chevron-y look to the bottom there. So I mean, they run from $22.50 to $25.50 a piece, and I highly recommend these. As they come out, I purchase them, and look how nicely they store with your magnet. I wish all the stamp sets came out like this. Okay, so let's, I guess I'm going to need the one I'm working with right here. And what this one comes with is your A2 layers. You have the large layer, the next layer, and this layer, which is nice. So let's set them aside, and then I'm going to show you how, well, we'll just keep moving at it. This is from the Oliver set from Michaels, the 12 by 12 pack, and this is a nice background with the gold stripes as far as doing this emboss resist. You're going to need embossing powder and Versamark, and let's get putting some clear embossing ink on this. There's nothing nicer than doing this technique. Is there? Like, just to see how this resists to paper is amazing. And I just give it a little twist like this to get it on there. And I think this one needs to be re-inked, so I'll set that aside so I can re-ink it. Take your paper. There we are. And I'll bring it up a bit. Turn it over where you want to. Let's see. I'll keep it pretty close there. Grab some paper. And there we go. So it's still hot here in my craft room, folks, but not as humid. It has a beautiful breeze coming straight on my desk here, which is nice. Otherwise, you'd not see me in long sleeved, but this is such a thin cotton sleeve that it's nice. Feels good. There's nothing worse than working in a 100-degree room, wouldn't you say? There we are. So take this off, remove your background stamp. It works well with any stamp, this Resist. And I can put this over here as well, and let's get our work surface ready. This is, oh, you don't want detailed white. Oh no. You want to have the clear embossing powder. I always know because I have more of the clear embossing powder than I do the white. So, and I intentionally stand it towards the top so I would know where it is, because sometimes it's hard to see. Now, I think it started here. And let's go this way. There we are. Such a nice stamp. It's subtle, but nice. There we go. Don't know why I have 2 spoons in there. I think I say that every time I get this out. You think I'd take one out, wouldn't you? Oh no. Alright, I think this was worth salvaging. Yes, I think so. Because I cleaned off my desk, so I know there's nothing else going in here but white embossing powder. And there. Okay, so let's heat set this. I think the worst thing is in your room is the lights that you have on your project, right? Because it gives off heat as well. Where's the heat thing? There it is. So now we're going to melt this into this background. And you have to make sure that you melt it all. And in the light, you can pretty well see where it is melting, because you want to have all of the pattern there. There we are. Okay, so let's just let that cool off for a bit. Now I am going to take some Memento Luxe Tuxedo Black ink. Yes, the black ink, and we are going to do, now we're going to see the Resist. There we are. Just kind of twist that around. I think I need to ink this as well. Just keep rubbing it on there. There we are. It'll catch hold. And then what you get to see back there is the wonderful image, both images, both on the paper and from your resist, which is awesome. Look at that. So once you finish that up, take a cloth and you're going to embed it right in and take it off the actual resist with your, you're going to get quite a bit of that ink, but look at that come up like that. You have the background, it looks like you've got 2, 3, 4 resists on here, when in reality, you just embossed it once, and I think this is awesome. Now, any papers, think of the possibilities with this. There, look at that. So I am going to just take a baby wipe quickly, get rid of the black. It's the last thing I want on white cardstock, right? There we are. Okay. Now we're going to cut it out with the die. And you can use any die. It doesn't have to be the cutter bee dies, little bee dies. I don't know why I want to call them cutter bee. So let's see. And did I tell you this is an acetate card? Did I neglect to say that? Okay, so here's our actual resist. Look at that. I'm going to show you up close. Isn't that tremendous? So you're going to want to just cut off. I don't want to waste this paper. And I am going to cut my die. Now I'm going to place it strategically because, let's see, I think I will do it like this. How's that? Because I want to get all of the resist. So maybe, I think I'll turn it this way. Yes, there's a method to my madness here. I think this will work out better right like that. Yes, okay, I like that. So let's take out our, so what I'm going to do next, whoops, I forgot here. What I want to do is put some stick-it on the back. So let's get that out. And believe it or not, I use this up like crazy. I love this stuff. So let's put this on because I don't want to waste this. So what did I say I was doing here? I was going this way, I think. Yes. So I am going to just cut this out just a little bit before I don't like to waste. So there you go. And then let's do the same with our stick-it sheet. Whoop. Okay. All right. What I like to do with the stick-it is if I'm going to use, if I already know the pattern paper, I cover the whole thing. And then I just put the pattern paper away for another time for die cutting. Letters and words. But this will work. There we are. And this beautiful Tim Holtz long scissor. I got this one from my friend Virginia. Thank you, Virginia. Oh, there goes my little tiny attacher. Okay, so we'll put that away. And let's attach this onto this sheet before cutting. And the bonus, everybody's probably seen this about this, is it is on both sides, right? Let's see if we can get into this first though. Okay. There we are. Okay. Just a second here. Got some on my fingers. Don't want to transfer it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get this off my fingers. That's good, stick it. It's sticking right on there. Okay. So turn that over on the magnet board, like so. And let's cut. Put this on there. There we go. Okay, so now we have that on here. We're going to lift this out. We're going to have to stick it on this side, so you want to take this out. There we are. That didn't cut, but we'll just pull it for a minute because I can take it all off in a second. Awesome. Now, what I want to do with this is, it comes out real easy. I want to take these pieces out because I have to use this again. Otherwise, I would just set it aside. There we go. Okay. There we are. Now here's what I want to do. Because you see this is embossed on the bottom with the diagonal stripe, I want to accentuate that on my card. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. There we are. So I am going to take some Stampin' Up! White ink and we're almost finished. There we go. So it's the Whisper White. And put it right onto your die cut like this. There we are. It doesn't have to be precise, just so that you see it's on there. And then you're going to put this right over top. I want to be able to see these lines in the resist here. And not only is it going to show you the lines, I'm going to line it up with the flower first, then I'll drop it down. Right like that. So just press it in. I just want a little bit of it. There we go. Lift it up. And might have to do that again. Just a second. Just get the rest of there and there. I should have my cushion up here, shouldn't I? There we are. There, that's better. There we have it. And I'm going to clean that up after. Let's grab some detailed white. Like this. And look at it just adhere to that. Isn't that awesome? You can take what you don't want to heat emboss, take it off, like so, around the gold. I don't want that embossed. There we are. There we are. And then you're going to get to see that, which is super special. Then we'll assemble the card. Put your heat tool. Remembering you have that stick-it on the back, so you don't want to leave it that long. Just heat emboss it here. There we go. And take a cloth, there. Can rub it across here again, just to get the stray off. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at all of the pattern resists in this. Totally wonderful. So now all you have to do to make the card, which is fairly simple, is take your acetate card base. I've already cut it out. Wipe it off with your sleeve. Oh yeah, there we go. And that's great. Then I'm going to fold this in half. Like so. Hold that down. I love working with acetate. It's quite easy, actually. The only thing, take out your bone folder. And I love this bone folder for getting no marks on here. And it is wonderful. So now I have my acetate. And I think I'm going to grab a sheet of paper to work off of, just so I don't get it dirtier than I already have. Sorry, some people wouldn't put their sleeve on this, but I'm just trying to get up the stray embossing powder. Most of this will be covered. I hope you can see that on the white. And let's take this off. Now, I have already prepared a second one for time's sake. Because once I put this down, you are going to see the inside. Here's the other one. And I think for the front one, I'm going to put the one that doesn't have so much white on there. I'll use this as the inside one, and I'll use this as the outside one. Now, I did not use any stick it for this one because I didn't think of it. So what I'm going to use is, I think I'll use my Martha Stewart pen and some runner. So I'll use the fuse. Yes, the fuse. Oh my, you know what I was thinking of? I ordered my, that other thing that heats up my acetate to make pockets. I thought that was called the fuse too. I think it is. Isn't that funny? Wow, I thought I was losing it here. Okay, so let's see if we can drag a little line across the top here. Whoa. Yes, let's grab that. There we go. This stuff is super sticky. Can you see that? This is by Stampin' Up. And if you don't do it exactly right, this is exactly what you get. Spider webs everywhere. Okay. They also make this one here that is the Tombow Extreme. That's good too. So I'm going to use the Martha Stewart pen because it's awesome. Just to get on these little pieces here of the flower. Boy, you have to have the patience of Job here. Look at that. I've got more on my Tombow mat than I do. Yes, my glasses are on. Everybody's saying, Carol, do you have your glasses on? I do. Man, I wouldn't be able to see anything if I didn't have those on. Isn't this a wonderful, like, set? It just is. Easy peasy, squeezy wheezy. Just in case that didn't stick down there. What did I do up there? I don't know. I think I did, but let's just see. Alright. So here's our acetate. Here's our card. Let's center this as much as possible because once you put this sucker down, it's down. There. Oh, Carol, quit using your sleeve. What's the matter with you? Here we go. So let's just stick this down. There we are. Turn it over. Isn't that pretty? That's the card there. Looks really nice in real life. There we go. And then all I did, because I have the gold, can you see that there? Because I have the gold there, all you want to do is take a sentiment. And let's see one that fits you can have. I have thankful and I have love in the gold. So obviously it's going to be the love because that is there. Yeah, that's what I'm going to use. Oh, I'm going to use that too. Let's get this out of here. Now, if I was thinking, I would have done this. Oh, that's funny. You know what I did on here? Oh, that is really cute. I die cut it going the opposite way, which is absolutely wonderful because look at, I think it would get lost. You wouldn't be able to see it, but this way in the white, I can. Oh, the Lord is good. Okay, so let's take this like this, and then I am going to put a sentiment on the, let's see here, I'll put a sentiment on the other side, come on, like on the inside with stays on, like just with what, you know, I want to say here, like, you know, you're an awesome friend, thank you, whatever.